Good morning, class. I just wanted to connect with you in a little bit different way. So this is new for me. I don't really like recording. But I am going to do a video of the book that we're reading because we've been reading this in class, our Goosebumps Slappy World Revenge of the Invisible Boy by R.L. Stein. Uh, Unfortunately, due to this COVID-19 pandemic, we're stuck at home and unable to finish it in class. So I thought, why not keep reading it to you this way? So today we'll read chapter 14, where we had left off. Remember, they had tried to play a prank on Ari, but Ari didn't drink the lemonade. Who drank the lemonade? Frankie. All right, so Frankie is the magic magician, the one that's really, really into magic, and he was not really happy with Ari. So let's see what happens. Maybe the formula shouldn't be mixed with lemonade, I muttered. Well, don't blame me, Ari exclaimed. It wasn't my idea. You put that stuff in the lemonade, Frankie. It isn't my fault. I know it isn't your fault, I replied. I was just saying. It's getting late, Melody said. My parents will start to wonder where I am. Parents. I hadn't even thought about my parents. I can't let my parents see me like this, I said. You mean not see you like this, Ari joked. Melody slapped him on the arm. Not funny, she told him. I suddenly had a heavy feeling of dread in the pit of my stomach. My parents aren't good in emergencies, I said. When something bad happens, they just freak out. They start screaming at each other and running around in circles like crazy people. You've got to tell them, Frankie, Melody said. No, I can't, I said. I have to wait till the formula wears off. Then I'll tell them all about it. Why don't you call them and say you're going to stay over at my house, Eduardo said. But your parents, I started. They're away, he said. My cousin Natalie is staying with my sister and me, and you're invisible. She won't even know you're there. That's perfect, I said. Thanks, Eduardo. You're a good friend. You're not a good friend, Ari said. You tried to make me disappear. You dropped me onto the stage in front of the whole school. I wish you would disappear, I exclaimed. Why don't you try drinking more lemonade? Ari said. I stumbled toward Ari and grabbed him around the waist. I guess I kind of lost it. I tackled him to the ground and held him down. He thrashed at me, trying to throw me off of him. I'm sorry, get off of me, Frankie, he screamed. Hey, you better stop, I heard Melody's cry, and turned to see two teachers from the middle school walking up to us. I recognized them right away, Miss Barlow and Mr. Sheen. Miss Barlow is our teacher. She looks a lot like my grandmother. She's short and very thin, with curly white hair and crinkly blue eyes. Mr. Sheen is the music teacher. Everyone thinks he's cool because he has long black hair, a really bushy mustache, and always looks like he hasn't shaved for 2 or 3 days. Their eyes grew wide as they stared down at Ari. Ari, what are you doing? Mr. Sheen asked. Wrestling with yourself? He finally stopped wrestling. I dropped my arms to my side and tried to catch my breath. It's a new workout, Ari said. My dad takes yoga classes and he taught me how to do it. The teachers stared down at him. I'm pretty sure they didn't believe him. Then Melody spoke up and surprised me by telling the two teachers the truth. Mr. Sheen, Miss Barlow, we need help. Eduardo grabbed her arm. Melody, wait. but Melody had decided to tell them what was going on. "What's the problem?" Miss Barlow asked. "Does Ari need help? Is that why he's on his back on the grass?" Ari jumped to his feet. "No, I don't need help," he said. "Frankie does," Melody said. Mr. Sheen scratched the back of his head. "Frankie? Frankie Miller? Frankie isn't here." "Yes, he is," Melody said. "He's here, but he's invisible." Both teachers laughed. "It isn't funny," I said. Mr. Sheen gasped. Miss Barlow glanced around, trying to find me. "Melody is telling the truth," I said. "I drank a magician's potion, and it turned me invisible." "See? I'm telling the truth," Melody said. "Can you help us? Do you have any ideas?" The two teachers exchanged glances. "Hey, no problem," Mr. Sheen said. "Miss Barlow and I know how to handle that." How do you think they can handle this problem? We'll continue with chapter 15 tomorrow. Bye. Enjoy.